Hey, it's Rachel from The Life Facilitator, and I am doing a Stamp With Me video featuring the two memory keeping stamp sets that came in the Cranberry Rose memory keeping kits. So each month there's a kit, there's a stamp set that comes in the Traveler's Notebook memory keeping kit and then the Pocket memory keeping kit. I'm showing you the rest of my supplies that I'm using and typically use when I'm prepping to stamp. So I have VersaFine black ink. I have three colors that I'm working with today. They're all Distress Oxides. My scrub pad for my stamps, and then my different varying stamping blocks. I'm also showing you that if I was stamping on clear sticker paper like I'm showing here, I would use StazOn ink for that. It's just the ink works better. So here I'm just showing you what it looks like to stamp on clear sticker paper. So you can stamp on vellum, you can stamp on clear sticker paper. I would just suggest using the StazOn ink for that. And so while I have these two stamp sets, the thing I absolutely love about stamping is that you can always pull stamps from other collections because it's like a blank slate. So I do end up using stamps, a couple stamps from some of the previous Cocoa Daisy kits. Here I'm just showing a decorative box that I've made and was sort of the inspiration for the rest of the stamping that I'll do in this video. So to start, I am making a couple decorative boxes. So I just have a piece of white cardstock and I have the measurements for my for the decorative boxes in the big Happy Planner, and I am going to show how I would make a stamped background. And so I will start with this Snowflake Stamp Set. And I made this much harder than it needed to be. I was moving the stamps around so that the snowflakes varied a little bit. You don't have to do this. And in fact, in the end, like, you absolutely can't tell. But I was sort of just getting started. And so trying to figure it out. The key for me to be slightly less messy when I'm stamping is cleaning the stamps as I go. But I don't always do this, and in fact I don't do it later in the video, and it will cause me to like get ink all over the page. And it'll be a happy accident because I will eventually do something fun with the oops, but do try to clean as you go when it comes to stamps because they can get kind of messy. So here I'm showing that after I've made my image, I'm just using my Happy Planner punch to stamp that decorative box. And then I'm going to put something in the middle. So I was thinking about using that Hello Winter, but ultimately it looked too busy with the wreath. And so then I try the wreath with black ink, and it still doesn't look right because the black ink with the wreath and then the Hello Winter will not, or it won't be what I like, but that's okay. Or Stay Cozy, that's what I had stamped. I'll eventually stamp the Hello Winter, punch it out, and then add a border to it, and that worked just fine. Something that I think is nice with stamping is that, especially if you have kind of like a scrap piece of paper, you can do a lot of test runs, a lot of playing around with the stamps to see exactly how you want them to look. And so here I'm just making a dotted border with the around the circle that I punched, and then I will back it with a little bit of do I back it? No, I guess I don't. I think I do end up backing it, or at least I thought about. But yeah, there we go. I back it with some of the papers from the Traveler's Notebook memory keeping kit, and it's a very small matting of the circle, but it's enough to help it like pop off the background. And I will be honest, I did not even try to match up the colors with this kit. I just pulled 3 colors that I really have been liking a lot, and then it turned out that they actually match the kit super well, which is always a nice surprise. I'm going to make another decorative box. This one's more of like a journaling box. So I'm creating this header with the little coffee icons and then switching out the colors. It's so cute. I love that little coffee icon. Or I guess it's a mug. It's hot chocolate, but to me it's coffee. And then I'll put this little line under, and then now I have a little journaling spot for my memory planner pages. And I really like making these little like separate box elements, because then I can just paste them into my planner. But it's nice to have a couple. It's nice to not have it directly on my planner page in case I change my mind. So having a couple elements prepped for my memory planner weekly pages is nice, so that when I go to actually plan it, I can, just add these little elements in. I'm going to make a list using the tree icon. And the choice of using the yellow for the tree seems odd, but to me, it's just because the tree is acting as a bullet point. It doesn't necessarily matter if it's a tree or not, and whatever color it is. It's just cute. Let's be honest. I'm going to make some lines, but I'm going to switch out the stamp that I will use for the line. And yep. So this will just be, if I have a list of 3 something, it could be like 3 things I'm loving right now, or 3 moments from the week or whatever. So, but it's ready to go. And for my memory planner, I often don't always remember / care to plan on the monthly spread. And so when it comes to stamping, this is a perfect place to do a lot of stamping and just have fun and play, especially because this is a layout. This is a spread in my memory planner that doesn't often get as much love as the weekly spreads. And so I am just doing a couple different stamping techniques. So this technique is a masking technique where I am masking around the box so that the stamp image only shows up where I want it to show up. You can do this with washi. You can also use sticky notes. Sticky notes are a great masking because they don't stick to the page as much as the stamps do. I love this technique. It's really fun. And this was my mistake, and I will tell you now. I tried to reuse the washi that I had masked with in that other stamp. So here, I think I will end up trying to use that washi. And there was ink on the washi, and that ink will get all over the right side of the page. And we'll see that later. So I did this backwards. I should have stamped, I knew I should have done this. I should have stamped the little coffee cups first and and then stamped the image, but I just went with it, and frankly in the end you can't tell. I actually kind of like that okay, here we go with the so I have just gotten ink all over the page because I reused that washi that I should have just started anew. You can't really tell in the image, but it's pretty noticeable when you see, and I can see some more. Anyways, guys, stamping, let's just be honest, stamping is messy. So here is me just saying, well, we're going to go with it, and we're just going to stamp a whole bunch of these snowflakes all over the right side of the page to make it look like kind of like falling snowflakes. And in the end, I just love this. I think it's so fun. I love that there are 3 different types of stamps, also with 3 different colors of stamp. It just really, it makes me really happy every time I open my monthly now. And yeah, so I really like how that turned out. And I'll use the like bluish robin's egg. To me, that's robin's egg. I can't remember. I think it's called like speckled egg, maybe. I don't know. But absolutely love how that all worked out. A very happy accident due to just being messy and silly. Okay, so I have done a couple different elements. I'm gonna do a monochromatic background, and I'll be honest, I don't like it as much as the three colors. But my thought here was that I would likely add a label or something over this day, and so I felt like the monochromatic was fine. Plus, I was just playing around. I I really got lazy with the masking. I'll be honest. I should have just, yeah. There we go. Yeah. Sometimes my like lazy crafter comes back to bite me when it comes to stamping. But I don't. That's okay. It worked out fine. The other thing I like to do when I'm stamping is do generational stamping. So I will stamp an image and then stamp it twice more. And I'll do that with this little dotted line. So I'll stamp it once and then I'll stamp it 2 more times. And again, the rule of threes, I like that there's 3 stamped images, but also the generational stamp makes it look a little bit more messy or whimsical, and I like that. So I'm going to repeat the tree icon idea on the left side of the page, and this will act as like a highlights list for December, and I think it's so cute. I love it. I also was thinking like these trees could be stamped in a way to make them look like tassels, and I think I might try to do that in a weekly spread. And let's see, I'm going to do that repeated generational stamping 2 more times, so that I have it 3 times on the layout. And the only thing I will add after this is just a little bit of stickering. I'm just going to add a few stickers to the rest of the layout. And that will be it. I hope you enjoyed this video and seeing a couple different ways to get your stamps out and have fun with them. And make sure to check out the blog post, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!